I'm gonna slip away 1 second. I have lost my pen.
Okay, Dincy, I've got it recording whenever you decide you want to get started. Good morning, everybody.
Okay,
Good
good morning.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, just let me ask, how's everybody doing? Everybody looks good. Everybody
Yeah.
holding up okay?
Yeah, doing well.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good. Well, there were several things I wanted to talk about, and it's not going to take very long. And then I know Miss Shirley had planned a meeting with all of you all immediately following this.
Dincy, let me ask you, Shirley, you've got your own Zoom set up, right?
No.
So you're gonna,
I was gonna use this one.
you're gonna continue
Okay,
with this one.
okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah, 'cause
okay.
we're not gonna be talking for long. I just
Okay,
wanna-
okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep my mouth shut. I just want to hear what y'all got to say.
Okay. Well, I spoke with Dr. Stedman yesterday afternoon, and I thought I was going to have some information for you all this morning concerning public schools and what their plan is and what they're doing. Dr. Locklear could not speak with me yesterday afternoon, and so he and I have a call together this morning at 11 o'clock. And I will send out an email after our conversation, because I would guess, if they have not already, they're in the process of developing a plan for what they will call the end of school, whether that's, you know, May 22nd for teachers, or what that looks like. So I'll have some information. We thought it was important to get that together from him and get it to you. I understood from Dr. Stedman also that, and this goes back to Shirley's document, the things that we can be doing now
Okay.
for end of year to be ready. I guess I say both of these things together, because if public school teachers are going to be supporting student efforts until May 22nd or whatever that end date is, we need to be doing the same thing. So I want us to be lined up with what the public school is doing and still continue to serve students and families as we need to, because that's going to be important with our end of year reporting, what we're going to do. You saw in the document Shirley sent out, we're going to need to meet virtually some shape, form, or fashion with our school leadership team, so that you can document that with your end of year. And I would guess maybe that's a phone call, but you all can discuss how you're going to manage that. I'm not going to get in the way of that. I will need to report out to United Way on May 15th. And so that is also in your document, to talk about your hours. And my guess is the hours you have as of the end of third quarter are the hours that you have for the year. Unless you have something else going on that maybe some help with Backpack Pals, or something else that you've been working in the community and doing, to be able to count those hours. So I'll need your volunteer hours, the students who were served, and the number of volunteers. And you all have that template for reporting out. I would also like for each of you, and I know I asked this of you earlier, to do some sort of success story around COVID-19. I'm guessing that you all, there might be a particular student that you're working with, trying to get them registered, or for the 9th grade, or something going on when you were at the community feeding program and you were able to find a family that needed additional help and you were able to reach out to do that. I would like something coming from you all, because I'm going to be asked, what have you all been doing? And it just helps if it's coming from you and not me just sitting here thinking, well, they could be doing this and they could be doing that, but to be able to say, well, I know what's happening at Prospect, I know what's happening at Purnell Sweat, and my staff has been involved and engaged in it. So a success story with the student or family, an opportunity to serve in your capacity as student support specialist, a way that you've contributed. Let's work around that and maybe 2 paragraphs for me.
Nancy,
So
can I say
maybe
something? I
15.
don't know if it was Kathy or if it was Myrna last week. Somebody said something about a student a very hardcore student, and that the girl actually called them and said, no, it was Myrna, said, I love you, Miss Myrna. And remember that, Miss Myrna, you saying that the student, somehow you have reached that child. You've done something to have reached that child, probably where nobody else has. So to me, I'm just thinking, I don't know, that's an example of you've accomplished something there. So to me, that's a success. You've brought that child from way down to up a level. So
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not looking at my calendar, but my report is due on May 15th. So I will need something from you by what, May the 10th? What day of the week is that, Danny? Do you have,
yeah, let me look.
anybody have their phone out?
I got my planner.
May 10th is on a Sunday.
Well,
Yeah,
then why don't we say
That's Mother's Day.
May 8th? May 8th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing that's been on my mind, and looking at Facebook and what other organizations, levels of higher education, there's been a lot about graduates, and we've seen that, ways to salute the graduates. I have asked Miss Kathy and Miss Maisie to spearhead our effort to do some Facebook work around short videos. And I've tasked them with coming up with a slogan or catchword or a phrase or something that we all can do. And then I'd like each of you to make a 30-second video that we can upload to our Facebook page. 30 seconds is not a lot, but that way we don't have to put it on YouTube and connect with our Facebook page. We can actually mount it on our Facebook. I'm going to give them some help because I've got a friend who is good at those sorts of things. Miss Kathy is former marketing experience, and she's going to give you all some do's and don'ts when you make a video. We're going to help each other do this. So I'm going to let the 2 of them organize and lead this, and hopefully again to go ahead and get something done so we can put these up on Facebook, and we'll probably get started and have them come every other day or something like that for about a week and a half or so. But I think our students would be interested in seeing us. I think it would be important for the school system to see us and see what we're doing. I think it's important piece, just a promotional piece for communities and schools. We haven't walked away from kids. We're right there. And so you'll need to work up a little script, and I'm going to let Kathy and Maisie handle that. So they'll definitely be talking to you, and I hope maybe after, in a day or 2, if not after our Zoom meeting, and when you all come together.
Nancy, when they get ready to do that, I can actually set up a Zoom session, and I can allow Kathy and Maisie, I can allow either one of them, I can make them the co-host,
Administrator.
and they can share the screen, and they can pull up documents and show whatever they need to show, whatever. So they can work with me, and I will help them with that.
Right.
That's what I had told Kathy that we could do.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Suggested we do. Right.
Right.
And we came up with a name, Kathy. What was the
Yesterday, Maisie and I talked, and we came up with a day in the life of a CIS student support specialist.
Okay, good.
And
Good.
then after Miss Maisie and I talked last night, it was on my mind, and I thought, you know what? What's something else we can talk about? And I was thinking about this COVID-19 and how we're, virtually and via phone, electronically contacting and communicating with our students. I thought about, hey, we are a caring organization. Why don't we call ourselves the Caring Connection?
Oh,
Good.
good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
just a couple of things, just came
Something that's
to my mind
snappy, yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, so me and Miss Maisie, we're working on it, and we're going to talk after this meeting as well.
Okay, good, good. I sent you all the governor's proposal, if things continue to go well, for how we will phase back in. And it looks like if you check the calendar, by the end of June, we should be able to look at some sort of summer programming. So I guess Miss Shirley and Miss Kayla and Miss Myrna, I just want this to be on your radar. And we might even pull in some of the rest of you all, depending on the situation and what that looks like. And I'm working on some things, and that's another piece to talk with Dr. Locklear about. Certainly continuing to do social distancing, so it would be small groups, but I know Miss Shirley and Miss Kayla are both working on some summer programming for Red Springs, and I'm talking with Mr. Billy about some summer programming for CIS Academy. So you'll be hearing more about that as we begin to formulate some plans. I don't want to be too premature in what we do. At the same time, if we're going to do something, we have to be ready, and in order to be ready, we have to plan. So I wanted to let you all know that.
Miss Steency, speaking of social distancing, I have a webinar today that's called Developmental Relationship During Distancing. It's today from 4 to 5. I think that would be a really good webinar for everybody. And that was through one that I think you had sent us from the national office. There was a bunch of information on it, but I signed up for that particular webinar. And also May the 6th, there's another webinar called Developmental Relationship with Parents and Families. I thought both of those would be very good webinars, since, we are connecting with, parents via phone and virtually and that sort of thing.
Good. Good, thank you. Just FYI, Connie is going to be putting checks in the mail for those of you we pay from this office today. And if you need to make some other arrangement, you should have them tomorrow, but I wanted to let you know that. And those of you all who said you want to pick up something here, it'll be here, otherwise they'll be mailed. And then public school folks, you all are keeping up with your timesheets, and I'm assuming just as you all did before, you're going to need to email it to Erica Setzer.
Right.
And I don't know if you're able to fax it to me so I can sign it, or if you're coming in so I can sign it. But anyway, I'll leave that up to you all. But
Now, last time we just sent you the copy we sent Erica.
okay, and that's fine.
Okay.
And that's
I
fine.
came in and
Okay.
signed mine, and then I faxed it to, I scanned it and emailed it to her.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I,
Good
because I
enough.
was so close to you.
Right. And Miss Maisie, you're coming in to pick up some things today. I will sign your timesheet today if you bring it.
I certainly will.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
That's all that I have to share today. I appreciate that you all, I think this is an important time to get together. And when I spoke with Dr. Stedman yesterday, I said, I'd like for you to put this time slot on your calendar going forward, at least for the next
Okay.
couple of Wednesdays, until we can begin to, get together in smaller groups and work that way. But it's a good way to keep up. Are there any questions that you have of me?
Dincy, just a reminder, Ms. Dincy knows that Akila said that for us not to do anything with closeout
Right.
or anything of that nature until further directions from her. So she is aware that, that we're waiting on that.
And Judy, I might say to you that Tim is coming in tomorrow to talk with me. And we're going to need to do some closing out for him as well, and Miss Sharon. Just wanted you to be aware of that for his after-school programming.
Okay, all right, thank you. If I can help, just tell him to get in touch with me.
I will. Okay, anything else? I appreciate all that you all are doing. I think community support is there. I've been working with United Way. We're getting ready to start taking some boxes of food over to the Maxton area with some Campbell Soup funding that has come in. Lumberton Rotary supported us with a check. We're still keeping our backpack program alive here in Lumberton, and I know that Judy is continuing to do that in Red Springs. Our board of directors will meet in May, but they continue to check in with me and make sure you all are doing well, and I appreciate that. They want to know what's going on. I was the program for Rotary yesterday. We did a Zoom program, and I was talking about and used some of you all as examples of things that we're doing to support our children and families. So I appreciate that feedback that you're getting to me, and I'm sharing that out as I have opportunities. Okay?
Okay.
Well, I'm going to leave the meeting.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
Shirley, unmute yourself. I'm going to make you the host, and when I do, it'll say you can share your screen. Just hit share screen, and you can pull up your document. Okay.
Okay.
Let me find your name, and there you are.
Shirley.
Okay. Okay. I'm making you the host now, so you should be able to hit share screen and pull up your document.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. I saw where it said that I'm the host, but I don't see the share screen.
Okay, look at it. Go down to the bottom. Okay.
Oh, at the very bottom.
At the bottom, and does it come up, and then can you see where it says share screen?
Your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, hit that, and then go into wherever your document is and pull it up. I'm just doing this now because any of us, I may do this at some point if you're doing something.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
We'll take the time to figure it out. I have to do the same thing with my students, online students, so.
All right, so I have the screen.
Okay, did you click on that?
Okay, share screen.
Yeah. Just click on it, and then you
This is so cool.
Okay, and type in the URL, just your email it. Okay, you got it.
I see it.
Yeah.
Y'all see it? My screen?
There you go,
There
Shirley.
you go,
Wow.
Shirley.
You go, girl.
Go, girl.
You are so funny. Okay. All right, well, are y'all ready?
You're ready.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, before I start, Miss Myrna, did you want to show anything?
No, I took that one-page sheet that I had and compared it to this, and like I said, I
Myrna,
thought,
we can't hear you.
you can't hear me. Okay, no? Well, I compared my one-page sheet to what Shirley has here, and I thought they were both very similar.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I don't know. Do y'all want me to go over every part of the document, or has anybody like really looked at it?
I have
I just
really
looked at it before we logged
I
on.
looked at it and it looked very similar, if not the same, to what we did last year.
Right. That's what I was
Mhm.
gonna say. So this
Yeah.
document for, for everyone who was here last year, this is the same document that Brianna
Mhm.
had for us last year. It's
Okay.
just I went in and I made it more updated. I made it current to our situation right now.
Oh, okay,
Um,
good.
So basically, the only thing that I wanted to really talk with everybody about is just understanding that understanding the things that we need to be looking at and getting organized before we get closer to the end of the year stuff. I guess
I want to say, can I ask you a question?
yeah, I was about to say, if anybody has questions, feel free to go ahead.
And when we were with Aquila Monday,
Mhm.
I may have written this down wrong, but I'm trying to find what I did right. But anyway, under number 4, it says do not add student data under the 4th quarter.
Right.
And because I wrote down that we can write the same, just carry it on. Put the
Right.
3rd
Okay.
quarter back
Third
in for
quarter
the
data.
4th quarter.
And that is
Okay,
what-
well, let's get
remember, that is
clarification.
remember, that is what I questioned her about, because she
Right.
said that the national said that you didn't have to do it, but then
Right.
she said for accreditation purposes that they would look to see if something was there. And that's when I said, well, it's a non-negotiable. We will put the information in 4th quarter.
Okay, so we're gonna repeat the 3rd quarter grades in 4th quarter.
Yes.
Okay, so that's something
Okay.
that I'll change.
Third quarter
now.
grades.
Please. And third. All right, so I'll go in there and change that.
Okay.
Quarter. Okay, quarter enters under this.
And exit. Shirley,
Yeah.
under where you exit kids
Mhm.
that is no longer in the program,
Mm-hmm.
suppose you exit them earlier and have not put the goal achievement met. How do I go back and do that when it would not give me the year in there?
Okay.
Because I
hold
had
on. Say that one more time.
down at final end of year reporting where you enter and exit. It said,
Mhm.
before you enter and exit status, please be sure that the final goal achievement has been entered for all goal Avery. And when I went back in for the kids that I had dropped earlier, I was not able to go back in and make any changes there because some of them was in for just 1 quarter.
Right. Okay, so the way that goes is like if they were only in for like 1 quarter, then they're saying then Aquila told us that you can just go ahead and kind of like remove that student. You wouldn't have to exit them out per se because you don't have enough information on them.
Okay.
Now correct me if I'm wrong though, because I don't.
Let me correct you.
Okay.
Because my student, remember I told you I stayed over at the last meeting,
Mhm.
and that's what we did with the student that I had. I had a student who was there only for the 1st quarter, and I can type these steps up and send them out. I'll do
Yeah.
that. You have to go to the student dashboard under student enrollment and reopen that enrollment.
Okay,
And do a
that's where
couple
I read somewhere that's the step I was gonna ask about.
Right.
Have to reopen it and then go
Yeah.
back in, put the information back in.
Yeah, I'll
re-enter.
type that. I'll
So
type that up and send
You're
it
gonna
out.
send that out to everybody, right?
I will. I will.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. I just need it clarified, Dr. Stedman. So the 3rd quarter data, this is like the first time I've put in quarterly data. My other data is just baseline data. So do I need to go in and put 1st and 2nd quarter grades, or do I leave that blank?
That will be a question that we'll have to ask Aquila.
Aquila. Mm-hmm.
So just make sure that you've got her email, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, email her and ask her that question and include me in the email.
Okay. I will.
Okay.
Is this the first? Would this be the first time she entered grades for that student?
Yeah. Third quarter is, I just have the baseline data from last school year in there. So this third
She
quarter
wasn't
data.
there. She didn't start until November.
Okay.
So she was not there to do first quarter, and it was towards the end of second quarter when she actually got started.
Well, she won't need it then, because I had a student in the same in a similar situation that started late. All I needed was the baseline, and then starting from where they begin.
Right.
Okay. And that it calculated everything for you correctly? Everything went in
Yeah,
okay
they
after when you doing that?
Mhm.
Was that this year, Jermaine?
Yeah, we're still in.
That was the beginning of this year.
Do you want me to like put you on speaker?
Okay. Shirley, you there?
I'm on the phone with her now.
Okay.
Her Wi-Fi went out and it closed her out of Zoom, so she's trying to get back in.
Okay. Kathy and Maisie, do y'all want to talk about anything while Shirley's trying to get back in?
Well, can you hear? Okay.
That my exes, I had 4 kids that I had to exit. And that was my information. I could only complete one, and that was the one that I had decided to do that goal achievement before I closed the child out. And Miss Myrna, I had talked with you, and you talked me through that before, so I need to go back and do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I know what she had to do. She was supposed to hit stop share, and then that would put, she gone.
Dr. Stedman, I really don't have anything to add at this point in regards to the videos that me and Miss Maisie are working on. One thing we would like to do is, you know, like you had already mentioned, and Miss Maisie mentioned this yesterday, is being able to, you know, use Zoom so she and I could meet, and we could also record our like 30-second videos to put on Facebook.
I would think though that you wouldn't want to wait until next Wednesday to get started on that.
Okay.
So
No,
we've got
it's
our
our
regular meeting
deadline.
next
We
Wednesday.
want to get
When would-
started ASAP.
So when would y'all like to think about a meeting, a Zoom meeting, and everybody can go ahead and kind of plan around it if, you know, based on.
Miss Maisie, you want us to go ahead and do it tomorrow? The only thing I have tomorrow as far as, you know, tying up my computer is, you know, all of us, me, you, Miss Judy, and Miss Myrna, had the help for the helpers at 11 o'clock. That's the
Mhm,
only
at
thing
11
Right.
o'clock.
Can-
Right.
that we have.
Yeah, I have helpers with the helpers too. On
Do you?
that
Okay,
webinar too.
okay. Yeah, that's
So
the
what
only
now?
thing.
Why not Friday mornings,
Okay,
Kathy?
okay.
What time Friday?
What time?
I
Wait a
have got-
minute. I
I-
can't do it Friday because I do backpacks.
Yeah, and
That's
I've
right.
Do it real early.
with that.
Thursday
with
would
that-
work better for me too, because we're planning to leave Thursday night for the beach. But I could, you know, Friday, I don't know is a good day.
Well, listen, after supper or something on Thursdays, most people, you're not out traveling, people aren't out traveling. Do you want to do it in the afternoon this time? After everybody's had supper or something like that? I'm just asking.
Whatever time is good for everyone else is fine with me.
Well, we're
But
leaving
now
Thursday.
the
night
helpers
for the
only meets like, it's an hour and a half, so we could.
Right.
Okay, that's right. Kathy, you're leaving that afternoon.
Yeah, we're leaving. Well, actually, when my husband gets off work, so I could do it once we get down to the beach, which would
Well,
probably be
Well,
about 8
no,
o'clock.
I just need to know Thursday, Friday, I've got to help Dincy with that food in Maxton.
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
area.
Okay.
But Thursday, I can schedule anytime Thursday if that's what.
Yeah, Thursday really works best for me.
Okay, let's go with Thursday.
Anytime after, say, noontime, y'all. What's a good time?
Would 1 o'clock be okay?
That works for
That
me.
works for me.
Can
That
y'all
works for
fill
me.
me in? I'm sorry, y'all. My Wi-Fi disconnected. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Kathy and Maisie are going to set up for the video clips a session
Okay.
to go over some things tomorrow at 1 o'clock if everybody's available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that work with
Yeah,
everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
And,
I'll set up a new Zoom after this and send it out for you to join tomorrow at 1 o'clock then.
okay. And also, if I would like to ask if everybody can start maybe brainstorming on some ideas that they may have. And see, also ask what your opinions are on, a day in the life of a CIS student support specialist, and
Oh,
also the caring connection. What
Maybe
y'all
go
sure.
stop them.
Have a short skit together, Kathy. They have
Huh?
something together. They need to have a short skit or something together.
Yeah, some
to
kind of,
put-
yeah. What you want to say about, a CIS and about, what you do, how you help the students. And I guess, one thing we could focus on now to be, in the now, so to speak, is that we could, talk about how we're helping students during this COVID-19 epidemic.
Okay.
And the
I
parents.
would just a suggestion. I would think, Kathy and Maisie and all of you, that let's say, for instance, if it was Kayla would introduce, hi, I'm Kayla Kearns. I work for Communities and Schools of Robeson County as a graduation coach at Red Springs High School.
Right.
And, you kind of introduce yourself, and then you lead into it that way. You just kind of say who you are and what you do.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And
That's basically what I want.
and that
Yeah.
gives
Who we
you an
are.
So
opportunity
what
to-
they add.
that gives you an opportunity to get up and get your hair did and do your nails and all that stuff. So
Yeah, and what also, just to piggyback on what you said, Dr. Stedman, I had also brainstormed about, I think it would be a good idea because there's so many people that don't even know that communities and schools exist, let alone what we do. And I think not only having the student support specialist on as a video, I think it would also be a good idea to have a video as CIS Robeson County as a whole, and have you and Miss Dancy and Connie and Miss Sonia also talk about what it is that you guys do.
okay, I
We
have no problem.
could
You
even
know,
have a section who we are
I
or
can
something
run
like
my mouth
that.
till the cows come home. You know that.
Do what?
I said I can run my mouth till the cows come home. You know that.
I know I got to limit
You
myself.
know,
I know I did a video when I was in the School of Business on all the departments in the School of Business for our website. Lord, that was the hardest thing to do, to have those professors not talk, because we only had like 5 minutes to do it.
I know it.
I have a question. So this video, we're going to need to record ourselves, or y'all going to be recording us?
You record yourself.
Okay. And so with the different clips, they're going to all be put together? Because
Yeah.
I want to do mine animated.
Yeah, Dancy said she had somebody that would be able to put it.
To help
together,
us,
to help
yeah.
them with it.
yeah, put it together.
Okay. Because I want to,
Animated.
I don't-
Okay, animated.
I'm shy in the camera, so I want to do mine
know
animated
you
where I
are.
gotta,
Could we
I'm
record our
not.
videos via Zoom?
y'all,
Not
that's
shy,
a lot.
Shirley.
Or do we just
What
need
I'm gonna do to my hair? Y'all see
Can't we
what I'm
just
working
record our
with?
videos and send it to
You
you?
can do like Zaquan and
Yeah,
Jermaine
you
and I
can
do.
do it that way. You can
Yeah,
go
you
go
can
on
do
your
it that
phone.
way, yeah.
You can go on your
wear
phone
hat.
and make a video. Or
And
your
just send it
computer
to
make
you.
a video.
Okay.
And then edit it to get it to where you want it, and then email it to us. And then we
Okay.
can upload.
Yeah.
Now when you email videos, it may not go through though.
Yeah.
Because I know I email
But you can
videos,
share
my
it.
file is too big. Okay.
You can
Well,
share
it's
it.
not supposed to be but just a couple of minutes, is it? 30
That's it.
30
seconds.
seconds.
30 seconds. So
Well,
30
it'll go
seconds.
through.
It shouldn't be a lot. That shouldn't be that much, no.
I would say that it'd be hard to say it. Like, I would say a limit of 2 to 3 minutes if you have to say anything. Wouldn't you,
Oh.
at the most?
Hey, I like 30 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, I like 30 seconds too.
30 seconds.
But you once you get started, you'll realize you can say more than than you can think.
Right. Right. I do have a question though. So, we all like. Does anybody have any more questions about the data stuff?
It looks
I
good.
want to know if
I don't know.
I want
Yeah,
to
Jay.
know because Miss Nancy mentioned something about there's a large table in the back of the building.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if y'all know if the meet back there.
Right.
'Cause I know it's still dealing with social distancing, but we can all get a
Right.
day, meet and do it. It's up to
Yeah.
y'all.
So the timeline that I was thinking of in my mind was this could be like our initial, our initial chat. And then maybe like in a week, we can set up times to meet in person, like you said. So then you can get your files together, the system together, go and pull your TQS reports or whatever and see anything that you may need to change. Is a
Well,
week a good enough time for that?
Yeah, and that's good, Shirley,
Yeah.
because I figure by next Wednesday we'll have a good idea of what the governor's telling us to do at that time. We're
Right.
going to know what direction we can go in. I mean, I know there'll still be restrictions and we'll still have to practice social distancing, but we may be able to do it like Jermaine said, in a large room setting. We still may be able to do what we need to do and practice social distancing in there.
Right. Okay. Is
Yes.
everybody good with their folders?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am Miss Shirley.
I have my photos. Yes.
Okay. And I'm only asking y'all, I want y'all to think I'm bothering y'all. I just want
No, I
to
want you to
because-
ask me. I'm new,
Or-
Shirley, so I need to know. I need to know step by step because I'm totally new to this and totally new
Right.
to the closing out. So I need to know any of the little quirks that I may miss along the
Right.
way. Because
Well, the key is organization is the key, honestly. If you are organized, you will be fine going through system. Running your TQS report is really good. I know everybody is probably ran it already, but just go ahead and rerun that and go through each section to make sure that nothing is missing. Because if when we close out, if there is something missing, it will mess up what you're doing.
And we will still do our same practice. At some point, we will pair off and we will check each other's work.
Right.
all right.
And if you have questions, ask. Please
Don't worry.
ask if you have questions.
Don't worry, I certainly will. You know me. I love you too.
Right. Well, that's all I have. I'll be emailing everybody. If we're thinking about a time okay. So what's today? Wednesday. So after next week, everybody would be ready to get together and
Yeah.
no.
I will be
Shirley,
Shirley.
if I were
I will
you,
be
I would
Shirley.
have something in place in your mind next Wednesday when we come together at 10 o'clock and you
Okay.
can just say, this is what I want. Or,
Okay.
this is what we need to do.
Okay.
Tag, you're it. So you get to do it.
All right.
You are empowered.
Oh.
In closing, I know you've gotten my emails. I hope you have paid attention at the state level of just how far ahead this affiliate is compared to what the others are doing.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, y'all. I don't understand it. I don't know how they're getting things done. It's like, and I talked with Dincy about this, it's like even the leadership, they're just so lax about things. And I don't want us to look bad. So I think we are, I'm bragging right now, but I think we are far ahead of what I'm seeing. Do y'all agree with me?
I definitely
Mm-hmm.
agree,
I'm
Dr.
working.
Stedman. Definitely.
So thank y'all so much. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to this and doing what you do. I appreciate it, and it has not gone unnoticed. I promise you that.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Dr. Stedman. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. We appreciate your leadership, Dr. Stedman.
Well,
And I appreciate all of you all for helping me as a new person on the block. It's been a trip, but it's been a nice journey though.
Oh,
I
That's
know,
so
right, Miss Kathy?
amazing.
Oh.
Okay.
that's so
well,
sweet.
I will send that link out in just a little bit, and once I get this processed, I'll send this video, and so you'll have it, and then I'll send the link out for tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Everybody be
Sounds
safe.
great.
All right.
Sounds great.
Okay, bye-bye.
Everybody.
Good.
Bye.